Happy Friday, everybody. We're doing some more Satisfactory today. The game updated. There was a big update. Okay, it might not be so big, but the version updated now says it's 1.0.1.0. Weren't we at like 1.0 point something else before? Or was it 1.00 something? I don't know. I felt like they rolled back the version number, but that might just be me. Hello, Jesse. Hello, Daphnis, Lolo, Spacewalker, JVDK, Nana. Hello, welcome.
Dave, we don't have an express line, if that's what you're asking.
Okay, yeah. I'll head to the cave, I think.
Okay, cool. I'm sorting out a problem with the trucks right quick, so I'll be there in like 2 minutes. Fortunately, these
It's
trucks...
gonna take me a bit to get there.
Oh, okay, cool.
Hello, everybody.
Hey,
Hypno.
What are we doing? What's the deal?
We're gonna head to the hub
Ooh.
to activate the Blueprint Mark III research. But you've got a few minutes if you're still logging in. We're not like anywhere near there yet. We're just heading in that general direction.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still on the loading
question.
screen.
I have a question for you, Hypno. Do you have
Yep.
a lot of games in your Steam library?
Do I have a lot of games?
Yeah.
I mean, I've had
Like,
my Steam account for years, so probably.
Like maybe like 50 of them are installed or something.
No. I only
Okay, not that
keep the
many.
games that I'm currently playing installed.
Okay. Because I have quite a few games installed. And if you look at the screenshot I shared,
Yep.
like it schedules them to get downloaded at different times. Like as far as 12th of December there. I don't know why it does this, but it looks like it's trying to spread out the amount of bandwidth it's using. So I wondered if that might relate to why your Satisfactory doesn't update, because my Astroneer hasn't updated, or my Parkitect.
No, in fact, I only have 2 games installed. I have Satisfactory and then Path of Exile through Steam.
Oh, you play PoE?
I do. I am looking forward to the second version, PoE 2, that's going to be released in less than a week now.
Yeah, it's a shame they didn't call that Popo.
Popo.
Yeah, I really like Diablo 2. I played that like a lot when I was a kid. And I'm the kind of gamer that like gets worn out on an idea sometimes. I played Diablo 4 a little bit recently, but whenever I go back and play Diablo 2, I absolutely love it. Even though it's like really antiquated compared to games like PoE.
Yeah, I've watched, they just released, well, I say just released, like a year or two ago, they released like a remastered Diablo 2, right?
Yep.
And I was watching people play it, and like everybody's like, oh, the graphics are so much better and all this, and I'm just seeing like an old game that's got like slightly better textures or something. I don't know. To me, I never played any of the Diablo games, so I don't know. Maybe it holds more nostalgia for people, and that's why they enjoy it, but...
It holds nostalgia, but it's definitely the king of that type of game.
Okay.
Like, before Diablo 2, I mean, Diablo 1 had it, but it was rough around the edges. Diablo 2 caught fire, and it really established that as a genre, like the hack and slash. Like, and so many of the ideas that you see in these games come from Diablo 2, which is why it gets that kind of reverence.
Yeah, I know PoE is heavily inspired by Diablo 2.
Absolutely, yeah. It's like a spiritual successor, you could call it. But yeah, if you play that remaster, you can live switch between the new and old graphics, which is cool.
Okay.
You can also, if you use a controller, it makes using spells so much easier because you can like hot swap lots of spells, which is cool. That's more for anyone who's like a fan who's listening who has it. Like it plays really well with a controller.
Hey, I was just heading to the hub.
You're already here.
I'm on my way there too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like the building hub.
Oh, I see.
Oh, I see someone.
There's 2 of us here.
No, I was just double checking to see if my stream had a watermark on it, because
I'm flying. I don't want to fly.
Downgraded my restream.io account, and I got an email saying, "Hey, just so you know, you're gonna have a watermark on there now." I'm like, "Wait, what? Did I downgrade that far?" But I don't see a restream.io logo. Although I do keep saying their name, so I guess that's advertising. Not a sponsor.
We
Okay.
are awaiting 100 neural quantum processors.
Oh, I have those in my
Go
back
ahead.
pocket.
Go ahead and pull
yeah,
them
I
out of the
needed to,
dimensional depot.
Oh, dimension. Okay.
Wait, did we make those? The purple things?
I don't see them in there.
Neural quant NEU. If you type them in, I see 166.
Oh, I misspelt them.
Yeah, that'll do it.
That'll be why. Okay. Dropping in.
Oh, you did it!
Pressing button.
Oh, the button's
Woo!
gonna be pressed.
Woo.
Milestone reached. The Blueprint Designer Mark III allows for 20% increased
that's just to get the
size in
blueprint.
all
Did we get anything else
dimensions
for that?
for an overall
No, that's just the blueprint. But I mean, it's really handy for your architectural stuff.
Sadly,
Definitely.
I doubt
But
we will
it
see
only goes out
equivalent increases in your
from
efficiency.
5x5 to 6.
Mhm.
Are there any bigger ones to unlock after that?
No.
Or
Well,
is that
the
our
thing
top
is
level?
though, like the nuclear reactor is so huge that like if you or like some of the other machines in the end game are so huge you wouldn't be able to fit them into the Mark IV. You know.
Yes, that's what I experienced with the singularity thing, is that it kind of pushed it. By the way, I just remembered something really important that I learned.
Oh yeah.
This Sunday, so a day before December starts, they do the Fix It Christmas thing, and it's a whole... Joe, are you shaking your camera up and down?
No, I was trying to load turbo motors into here because I thought this thing.
Your
needed
head was
turbo
bobbing
motors.
up and down. That was weird.
Yeah, I was trying to put the SAM fluctuators, but we can't do that either
Oh, it won't let you load the pod until
it comes back. We gotta
until
wait
it comes back.
14 minutes.
I guess we're gonna have to go. Asuma wanted to talk about the back of the tower. We could go head over there.
We could do whatever.
Yeah. But yeah,
the
Fixmas is coming up.
Fixmas. So it's actually like they inject a side quest tech tree for you to do a bunch of stuff, right? Like presents are going to drop into the world.
Mhm.
You've got to go out and grab them, and they contain stuff that you'll need. And then there's this like temporary side questing tech tree that goes into January. Like they
That's
let it
cool.
overrun into the new year as well. So that will give us something to like really focus on the next few weeks, which will be fun.
Yeah, no, that sounds great.
Yeah, that'll
Are we
drop
gonna
on Monday.
automate decking the halls? Is that what's going on? Or
I'm excited. Like it's interesting. You know, they've obviously prepared a bunch of holiday content, and it'll give us something fun to do. So,
Yeah,
not
that
that building
sounds
isn't fun, but you know.
Well, and I mean, we still have done like nothing toward the actual space station. Like all of the space station parts on this require a ton of stuff that we have nowhere near the tech to begin. You know.
Yeah.
So like,
what's one step we can take in that direction, though? Or do we have things on the agenda for today?
I don't think there's anything formally on the agenda today other than getting the Blueprint Mark VI up. I was actually thinking, so one of the things that we're gonna need is we're gonna need more diamond generation. So I found a good place with some unclaimed coal.
wait,
and I was
diamond?
yeah.
We have diamonds in here?
Yep, you need them to make time crystals and a few other things. So if you go to the codex, open up the diamonds page there.
Diamond. Oh.
So they're used to make dark matter crystals and time crystals. And so there's a site near the desert factory that Wells started and then kind of deprecated. You know, the initial desert factory, not the far west or far east one, but like the one near the coal plant. There's a place with 4 coal nodes that are normal, which is good enough to set up a diamond production line. So I was going to work on that today. Asuma, if you're looking for something to decorate after you get done fixing those conveyor lifts on the back of the tower, you're welcome to swing by there. I can show you where it is now if we want.
What do you mean fix the conveyor lifts on the back of the tower? Those are perfect. I placed those myself.
I think he was going to enclose them.
Oh.
I think what I'll do is just rebuild the tower with the 6x6.
Oh, you can use the blueprint remover to remove the frame around the tower and then...
Yeah, just rebuild it back a little bit bigger.
I tell you what, Azuma, I struggled so bad trying to get those things hooked up.
Yeah? Does that mean you want to leave it or rebuild?
I mean...
You could just
we'll leave it. We'll leave it.
You could just add like imagine like a elevator shaft on the back of it, just concealing it, right?
Well, what
the
I was
problem
getting
is if
at is like just trying to connect those machines to each other just to get them to actually work. Like When you didn't leave me much space for like the logistics
know.
inside of there.
What? Oh, if I'd have been smart, I could have built a quarter of that design and just like rotated it for each. Whatever.
Oh, yeah, that is smart.
In that case, I could actually, we could remove the blueprints and make it so much bigger that it goes around everything that's already there.
Will it let you place a blueprint? Like, imagine a donut with.
Yeah.
Could you place a donut-shaped blueprint around a machine that already exists, or will it intersect still?
Let's find out. Do you want to throw down a machine?
Yeah. Well, let's come out this way maybe. There's like some empty space right here.
I can't see my blueprint.
So I can just put down a crafting bench here, and then, well, I think the problem is we need to make a.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah. So if I just put down like a crafting bench right here, will that stop
I think it'll let me. Like, look.
Here, place it around this crafting bench.
Well, have a look here. Like, it let me place that, so we should be good.
Yeah. No, then that's fine. Wow. Yeah, you can just really cut into stuff. Huh.
What is this one? Oh, this is the nuclear thing. Oh, I got it.
Should we set up a hypertube that goes in that direction?
Toward what?
Here? Where we're going, the tower?
Oh, so you could just build an express line on top of the one I've already got over here, right? So this one here stops at the inside of the uranium cave, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could just build another stack of hypertube connectors on top of these, and then when you get to the cave, continue onward to the tower.
Is this in a blueprint, this stack?
No, it's literally just like a single item, like the stackable hypertube support.
Yeah, I tried to make one before and struggled, but
if you just middle click on one of the existing ones, it'll give you like a hologram that you can place.
Okay, hypertube entrance.
No. Okay.
The hypertube entrance is in a blueprint, if that's what you're talking about, X.
Oh, yeah,
I just meant the starting sequence in a blueprint.
Yeah, the starting sequence is definitely a blueprint. These other things are tube supports. So if we built a second entrance and doubled up the stacks there, that would work.
Yeah, if you go under blueprints under the hypertubes subcategory, you'll see the hypertube entrance blueprint.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. We might not want to put that there because that'll block the road, but maybe build a platform out to the side here.
No, I'm not building anything. I was just...
Oh, okay.
I've already gone.
Yeah, X is already gone.
Alrighty. Well,
I did the So there'll be one on this platform, like next to the other one now.
Yeah, I'm gonna come with you guys because I can continue from where we're going out to Nuclear North and then to the Diamond Place.
Hello, Sky Shadow.
I think.
Hello, Bola. Nick. Hello. Meow, 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 meow.
Gotcha. So are you gonna just destroy the entrance down there and connect that one further? Is that the plan? Because I can go start pulling that this way if you want.
It wants me to connect to the ones in the middle. Oh, wait. Is this how it works? Do I put one there?
Okay, no. Azuma, you have that from the wrong end. Well, actually, I'm not sure what you're trying to do. What are we doing here?
That's the right way around. Oh my god, it was right the first time I did it. Ah.
This entrance is going this way.
That's the correct way, right?
So now this is going towards this cave wall.
That's where I wanted it to
Okay,
go.
yep. So you don't want to connect to that. You want to spin that piece around.
I see.
You might want to nudge it, not so it's like super close. Yeah, that about right there should be fine, actually.
And then we go on a ride.
Yep. The rest of it is just placing the tubes where you want it.
Oh, I fell.
So what is this tube gonna take us?
Up to the entrance at the other end.
Ah.
So you're replacing the pad down there. That makes sense because then it's easier to get from one to the other. So I can go ahead and pull out this entrance then because it's just a blueprint. So yeah, assume it just connect.
There's already one here. Oh,
Yeah. I
that.
thought that was what you were doing. Here, let me. I gotta pull out this one real quick, and then you gotta let me remove this before you can connect to it. Okay, now you should be able to connect. Yeah. Oh, it's just barely
doesn't
too far.
like the angle.
It's just barely too far. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But see, this is better now because then it's easier to continue on from one to the other.
Yeah, they're just next to each other.
Okay, now we got to power this one up, though.
I think this one here, the one that was already here, shouldn't go to the spawn area. It should go to the outside of the cave, and then there should be another one that takes you from outside the cave to spawn.
Yeah, I'm fine with splitting that in half.
Yeah.
I just needed a designated area in which to do it.
Mhm.
Like wherever Asuma thought looked good, I'm happy to do that. So if we want to hop out to the front of the cave, Asuma, we can get that sorted now too.
Yep.
Don't go in the hyper tube to get back to the front of the cave. Run on the conveyor here because the conveyor goes the right direction and will take you out there super fast.
Hang on, I totally didn't understand that because I got distracted. The hypertube thing just stopped when I got. Oh, yeah, it just stops when I get to the tube.
Oh, you probably need to put an entrance on the front of that tube. Oh, I can do that real quick. Why don't you run out to the front entrance here and just designate where you want to have another hypertube platform by the front door with the drones.
Oh, it didn't like it.
So there's a trick to what you're trying to do. I can show you if you want to wait. I'm flying back real quick.
I got infinite fly again. Cool. Oh, does it need power as well?
So
Yes.
the very first one needs power as well. Yeah, you see you got that red line there? So yeah, if we just upgrade, yeah, now you've got a connection.
Woo! There we go.
And he's gone.
This is stupidly fast.
Mm-hmm.
That was the point of that entrance. They just go so slow by default if you just use one single entrance. It's like pretty bad.
We could probably do with like a gap when you get off. So it's on a platform, there's a gap, and you just fall out of the thing down so you don't get sucked back into it if you move.
Yep. I would be fine with that.
Let's do that here. Build one high up.
Okay, well, yeah, so...
Let's go for this one.
Well, I'm going to head back toward the front of the southern cave entrance, where I think Hypno's waiting, so we can start scouting that out.
Well, I'm looking. We got about 2 minutes remaining on our drop pod.
Okay.
Might be worth going back to spawn and getting those going. Do we
Yeah,
have
that's
all
true.
of these parts?
All but the first one. The first one, I think we need dark matter crystals for, which is why I was going to try and work on the diamond thing. Because I figured even if like the place where we're turning the coal into diamonds doesn't end up being the factory for the dark matter crystals, we at least can get those out of there via train or drone to wherever you guys did want to build a real place.
I see.
But yeah,
I don't know what direction the hypertube thing goes in. Is there like an easy to remember left-right thing with it?
I wish. I just
You
usually
can
do it 3 times.
If you look at the hypertubes as you're placing it, you should be able to see a little tube sticking out of the entrances. Whichever way those are going is the way that tube is facing. It's kind of hard to see.
I think I got it the right way. I think I got it the right way.
But yeah, you know, as I'm looking at this over here, if we were gonna have that that pedestrian split, if you will, for like if we were gonna have that hypertube stationed, the logical place for it might be somewhere along here because we've got a bunch of walkways and stuff anyway. I don't know.
Hmm.
Well, I've definitely got an inventory full of turbo motors that I was planning on putting in that drop pod. So I think I'm going to head back to the hub for now, just so I can clear that up at least.
Yeah, I was gonna put these sand fluctuators that I filled my inventory with.
We were very eager. Yay. Freighter re-entry. Milestone exchange concluded. Fix-It drop pod has returned.
Do you have the other 2 middle parts to put in there?
I do, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I won't touch
It's just
those
going to be the first one that's the only real challenge, I think. But yeah, we're going to have to unlock this before we can really work on the Phase 5 objectives, so... Because there's a bunch of stuff locked up behind this milestone. With, like, the singularity spheres and stuff. Which,
I wonder if there is a speed limit to these hyper tubes. Like if you stack, I don't know, 100 of those entrances together.
I mean, maybe? I think the big thing is it's just, you know, probably diminishing returns, where they might keep getting faster, but it's like, you know, Xeno Zero type thing.
This hyper tube's so fast I don't even know how to spin my camera around. Oh boy.
I have dropped in all of the turbo motors, and I'm going to do the radio control units.
Ah, building cannot be nudged.
Oh no, that's the worst.
It is annoying.
Why are the nuclear reactors off?
Did we screw up the drone port somehow? Is it not? Did it not load in the fuel that we wanted?
The fuel was there. But there's something. Oh, I don't understand. These are all working when we logged off yesterday.
They're getting water.
There's no fuel in them. So yeah, there's something with the drone, I guess.
Hey, if you have extra rocket fuel, just put it in the receiving port, just in case maybe the drone is on the wrong leg of its journey to get the fuel out of the other side or something stupid.
No, I mean it's just arriving here.
It's arriving here. Is the fuel input where the like if you look at the inventory for the drone port, is it backed up there?
No, there's nothing here. So there must be something wrong at the uranium processing, I guess, or at the drone port, one of the two.
Okay. Yeah, go check the drone port out, like the outgoing thing.
Man, this is frustrating. Like every time we set up a new power, there's always something that just keeps breaking with it.
Yeah, I think that's the
kind of like
game.
Factorio. When you get to the more complex stuff, you make systems and then you wander around your world and notice that stuff's broken.
I mean, this is a pretty serious thing to be broken, though.
You'll find it's just some like minor little thing at some point, and you're like, oh, how could it be so stupid?
Yeah, I'm hoping it's just that's like part of the game where it's like, oh, we're learning through trial and error, and. But yeah, luckily since we got both nuclear plants up, you know, even if one of them we learned something, the other one's still going to keep us from completely going under. Let me check our power right now. Yeah, let's see. Production right now has dropped to 50, but consumption's only 27, so we're not dying.
It looks like we might be over full on sulfuric acid.
Oh, yeah, that could do it.
But how would that happen? I don't understand.
Well, because you said it should be consuming the sulfuric acid at the same rate it's producing it?
Yep.
Maybe just try picking one pipe segment. Don't flush the whole network, but just flush one pipe segment to give it some slack.
That's what I just did, and things started turning on.
Okay. So, yeah, we'll need to keep an eye on that.
I'm gonna have to go through and check these numbers and make sure, like, all of these are correct.
Yeah, you know what though? Because if each one is backed up with 50 sulfuric acid in it right now,
Yeah, I'm
wiping
gonna.
one pipe is not gonna be enough. I'm gonna flush out. So let's see, we're backed up to the tune of. There's at least 50 sulfuric acid backed up in 12 of these. 12
Joe,
times 50, 600. Yeah.
just let me or don't extra flush. I'll take
Okay,
care of
I'm
it.
not touching it. I am not touching it. I'm heading to the diamond processing, going out that way.
I don't understand. We went through these numbers, we crunched them, and I had this all set up for the correct amount. So how did this get borked? Like, we're only allowing so much through that valve, which should be exactly what we need here. It's like this is stopped up. Like,
Huh.
are all of these backed up? Maybe I should just flush this entire pipe network here. This has got 25 in it. Maybe I should find a bigger pipe, like this one? I don't know.
You know, I just set up all this hypertube blueprint stuff, and if it works, I kind of think we should make it inside of a blueprint, so that when we place down the blueprint, it's got like the bit that starts, like to start your track.
Yeah, the factory bit and everything.
Yeah, like I've created a little drop-off thing as well, so.
Yeah, I did boost the sulfuric acid production, but I have valves that limit going one path and the other. So like it's only sending 360 millibuckets or meters cubed here, and it's sending 90 the other way. Like we went through the math and we set these up. It's just super confusing. I'm gonna have to go through and just like figure out why. I mean, like, this could be an artifact from when we set it up. Maybe there's just like somehow it got a little bit too much in one of these pipe segments before we put the valve in. I don't know. So it looks like all of these are out, which is good.
Okay, it looks like power production's starting to climb again, Hypno. Maybe the first round of more uranium rods is going through.
Yeah, that must be like these the encased uranium cells. That was all stopped because they were backed up with the sulfuric acid, and as soon as I flushed that one pipe, these started going again. So I would expect everything should just be working. This was where the problem was.
Well, you know, if the thing is, if you flushed only one pipe and that's only got 20 cubic meters of extra vacuum or extra space in it, since each of those had 50 backed up, you know.
I'm taking care of it. I'm checking the machine outputs, and I'm making sure there's none backed up in the outputs.
Excellent.
Then I go through and check the numbers. The thing is, like, we added the extra sulfuric acid for the uranium processing plant, which I had to boost it up 90 meters cubed per minute or whatever. But like, I have valves that limit what's coming into this plant and the other plant. So like, it shouldn't have given it more. So I don't understand what's going on.
Well, keep in mind too, it's possible that with the update, it might have just done something where it like rounded or changed something about pipe values or something.
Yeah,
so
I don't know.
It might be one of those things where we could look for a problem forever, but it's just like, oh, it's because the server updated and it just filled any pipe that was partially full or something stupid.
Yeah, it could be.
Okay, production just dropped off a shelf. Yeah, we were up to 58, then we're back down to 50. Now we're up to 59.
It's gonna take a while for this thing to like go back up.
Okay.
When I looked at those uranium, the power plants yesterday when I logged off, there was like 50 fuel rods in most of them, and now they're completely gone today. So like, I don't know how that happened. Did somebody like log in AFK, or is that just part of the update, or?
That might have been part of the update. Like, unless Wells was online, or Asuma yesterday, you and I both took Thanksgiving off, I think.
I wasn't online.
Yeah. Well, the weird thing is my plants over here still have 50 fuel rods in them.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's very
So
odd.
it's not like it emptied every... Let me go check some sulfuric lines on Nuclear North and see if they had any sort of weird glitches. Because that would also be a big red flag. Because maybe I've stopped making fuel rods too. I just had more backed up in a buffer container somewhere.
Yeah, that might be a good
idea. I tend
idea.
to do buffers that you don't. So yeah, I'm gonna go check on everything here.
Right, I've made a hypertube connection, but it's kind of one way at the moment. I guess I've got to build another platform, right?
Well, they should be two-way connections.
Yeah, no, it's because I've arrived at another platform. Don't worry, I'll figure it out.
I believe in you.
Yeah, like every one of these is backed up. So like all 12 of these. This is awful.
Yeah, I'm looking at my pipes and my fluid buffers over here, and nothing seems bonkers. So yeah, it might not be an update glitch, or it might be an update glitch that only hit certain parts of the world for certain reasons.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna have to go double check all the numbers and figure out what went wrong. I'm not sure, Razzle. I don't think Jesse will be there tonight.
Right, I think I did things successfully here.
So if I do some Minecraft tonight, it's going to be solo. And I'll probably be a little bit later than normal because I need to get some food cooked.
Huh. Yeah, we now got two entrances side by side here. I'm seeing now like the benefits of stuff that you repeat just being put into a blueprint, but not only for convenience, but for like consistent aesthetics. Like we could also add pre-placed signs, and then those signs, you know, could be labeled.
Yeah,
after you placed it.
I 100% agree. That's, in my opinion, the best part of the blueprints is making it easier to do things right.
Yeah.
Okay, so each of these is consuming
I'm about
40.
to build my first Mark 6.
I'm gonna go and deafen. So each of these is consuming 40 per minute, and we're making 10. So we are plus 30, or we need 30. 60. Wait, was this output wrong? No, 60. Let's flush this one. So 36 and 90. This one's got stuff in it. I guess I should just like count up how many machines there are. So it's each one of these is consuming 30. I don't think we have any of these overclocked, and this one keeps backing up. Man, you know what? I just want to do like the full pipe network. Just get rid of it all. Was that a mistake? Possibly. But we should be making the same amount that we're consuming, so it shouldn't be a problem. So 30, just making sure like none of these are overclocked or whatever, and it's all 40 usage plus 10 receiving. Okay. So these are all the same. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 12. 12 times 30. So 360, and that should be what we have coming into these. Let's go back and trace the sulfur line back. Hello, Matthias, man. Let's switch back to this thing. The hover pack's cool, but I feel like the jetpack is just more speed. You get more distance with it. You get going further. Faster. Yo, Muttley!
Muttley 7675 just resubscribed for 23 months.
Hey, Muttley, thank you so much for the 23 months. Okay, so everything that we've seen on the consuming end of this pipe, we should be utilizing 360 sulfuric acid per minute. And that should be what this valve is set to back here, but let me just double check and verify. Okay, so this valve right here, 2 uranium, 360 per minute. That should be what this valve is set to, 360. So how we got full, I don't understand. This one is set to 90. This is what we need for the uranium processing. So maybe just doing the full pipe flush is what was needed to keep this all going. I want to go back there and see what's up with everything, but I'm just going to assume that things are working correctly now. We do have our nuclear power coming back online. Man, that's super frustrating. These things are almost all kicked on yesterday, and now like we have to restart from nothing. Very frustrating. You're getting old school hypno vibes from FTB unstable days. What do you mean? What kind of vibes are you getting? The vibiest of the vibes? Did this stuff turn off? Or is this still running? Why is this off? We have extra water in the output. Flush network. Well, this is fun. The uranium processing, the depleted uranium stuff, that was full as well. Like, I don't know what's going on here.
What was that?
The nitric acid is full.
The nitric acid was full on that. That's weird.
And I have these like all set correct. I double checked the sulfuric acid. We're producing what we're using. We're not gaining. So I don't know how that filled up like that. It's so odd.
Yeah. Well, and so if I was seeing exactly the same thing over at the other place, I'd say, well, it was probably just the update. But I have not touched any of your stuff over there.
Oh,
in any-
I wasn't
So-
suggesting that.
No, I'm not trying to say you were. I'm just trying to like rule things out. Like I'm like, is this something I could have done by mistake somehow? And I don't think so. So then it's like, well, I mean, if it was an update problem, maybe the only real difference between your setup and my setup is I have extra fluid buffers because I don't trust my own math. And so maybe if there was some sort of glitch where it like created 20% more sulfur in the update, it's like, well, my fluid buffers ate that anyway in a way that wasn't obvious. You know, whereas yours being a perfectly tuned engine just got a rod thrown.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's so weird.
Very weird.
You're a perfectly tuned engine, Hypno.
Thanks. I try.
So I got no idea what all that techno babble was about.
Talking about sulfur.
It's
I know,
easy.
I'm being a goof.
Pipe full means no more stuff go in pipe. It's easy.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I just ended up doing a full network flush on like all of these things, and that just got it going. Like we're producing exactly what we need for them to consume, so I don't need extra in the pipe.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was wondering if you needed to prime the pipe initially with like sulfur from like a miner or something.
Well, I guess you're probably talking about like those blenders that are making the uranium. The inputs are already full, so they're like technically primed.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, no, in that case, you're set. Yeah, good. Yeah, you're right. Just flushing the whole network at that point doesn't flush the stuff that's in the machines.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, you're right.
It flushes the entire pipe network, and then like all the stuff that was in the output of those machines will re-enter the pipe, but that should be far less than what was there.
See, I was afraid of trying to flush the pipe network entirely because I was thinking it would flush the machines too, but you're right. No, that's a great solution.
Yeah, it does sound like a whole bunch of stuff going wrong, and I don't understand why, because like they give you the numbers, they say the machine consumes this much per minute, so you're supposed to like provide that much per minute, right? And then these machines are a little bit more complicated because they require so much per minute, but then they expel the same thing per minute.
Want me to do?
I'm not sure what we're doing right now, actually. I am just kind of babysitting the power system and just checking all the numbers and making sure these machines are working myself.
So assume I might have an interesting challenge for you. I've got kind of a building where I've got some machines nested kind of diagonally, and I don't know what the outside of it should look like yet. I've got to figure out 4 inputs for coal, and so nothing else though. It's only got 4 coal lines as the input. But yeah, this is where I was going to set up diamond processing in like a more permanent way. And so yeah, if you wanted to head to where I am on the map, I am kind of just kind of north.
A long ways away.
Yeah, well, if you take the hypertube to the coal plant, that'll get you in the neighborhood at least. Actually, I'm pretty. Yeah,
what you learned so far is the valves are poopy, pumps work miracles, and fluid buffers help greatly.
Is it diagonal because you've, you know that, is it called a splitter? You've got that cube block that goes.
I feel like the fluid buffers. I don't know how I feel about them, honestly. I feel like
there's a map. I'm sure you can figure it out.
I got definite again. I feel like the fluid buffers are kind of pointless. Like, how do I explain this? If you can produce the correct amount of item per minute that your machines need, then what do you need to buffer the fluid for, right? So like using it the way Joe's using it, where he's just buffering stuff to buffer, I feel like that's kind of pointless. Now, I know there is an argument to be made where like if you put a fluid buffer high up and you pump water into it, then all the water flowing out of that fluid buffer doesn't need any pumps on it. And yeah, that's an argument to be made that could be useful for it. But like, I don't know, like when do you actually need to do that? But the magic word is sloshing machines don't output or consume constantly, so you can get weird things to manage. If we think the fluid output feeding back into the system is causing the problem, can we just package the acid and feed it into a sink instead of feeding? Yeah, that's another option we could do. Yeah, so there is fluid sloshing, right? And that's why over here on this, where we're like recycling the output of these machines, I put these valves. So like the fluid can only go one way and then it re-enters here, right? So like every one of these machines, here's an example right here. This one's pushing the fluid out and it enters this T junction, and then there's a valve. So like it could go this way, but there's another valve right there before this T junction. So like it can only go this way. Maybe these valves are the problem. I don't know. Like there's something weird here. But I made it so like the fluid can only, like this is the output. All the fluids enter this pipe. It can only go one way. And then it enters here, which is only a one-way system. But then it's free to go this way and it's free to go this way. And again, the output on this one, these are only allowing the fluid to go one way. But it can go this way or that way once it's done. Yeah, I don't really know. Maybe these valves that I put on the output, maybe that's a problem. Maybe that's something we shouldn't have on there. I'm gonna get rid of these. I'm gonna get rid of these valves. I put them on here thinking that those might help, but maybe these are actually hindering. In fact, I didn't even look at the configuration. Okay, so these are set to maximum allowing through. I'm just gonna get rid of them. Maybe these are the problem. Although the other machines seem to have been backed up for other reasons, and I didn't have valves on those, so maybe this isn't a problem. We'll just get rid of them. Maybe I should leave. No, I'm just gonna get rid of it all. No more valves. We freed them. They're all free. Okay, let's start taking a look at these machines again and see if like we're backed up on the output. That one's fine. I need to, whoops. I need to switch over to this thing. Nothing on the output. Nothing on the output. I'm not even sure what I'm pinging. Looks like concrete or something. Limestone. Nothing on these. Okay. I mean, it looks like we're fine, but for how long? Hopefully forever. Also, it's kind of weird that the uranium is backed up, but I guess that's because these machines were turned off. We're consuming 50 per minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We should be consuming 600. Which is what this should be producing. 600 per minute, but like the belt's backing up. So why is that belt not constantly going? Is it because these are like completely backed up? Should I get rid of the contents? Like, oh, somehow I went up. If I get rid of the uranium in these, does that belt just keep going? Oh, you know what? I shouldn't get rid of this. I should get rid of the last ones down here. These two. That one and this one. Now do we get the belts going? It looks like the uranium is flowing correctly now. But we're backing up. Why are we backing up? Oh, because it was clearing out what was on the belt. That would be why. Okay, so this miner should just be going constantly. We should not see the uranium back up on the belt again. Honestly, that didn't matter. Like, it shouldn't matter because the uranium input isn't going to be a problem. It's not going to stop things. But, like, we should be consuming what we're producing, and when we're completely backed up, it's hard to see if there's, like, a problem somewhere. You know what I mean? So... as long as everything is continually moving, we know things are working correctly. Now, it looks like we're producing more concrete than what we're using, but that might be the same thing. Like if I empty out these last two and then clear that belt. But I don't remember if I like got the concrete correct, like the quantity. I don't even remember how long this belt is. It's probably pretty long, honestly. These two items are coming from the drone port, so we don't care, like, if those are backed up. Just the stuff that we're producing here really is all that really matters. But I don't really think the concrete matters. You know, I guess I could see, like, how much is this using? 15? That's 30, 60, 90, so 180. Let's just go for the fun of it. Just see what the concrete's doing. Give us some more time to allow these blenders to run and see if there's anything else potentially wrong happening. Okay, so it looks like we've cleaned out the excess here. So we are producing 80. 80, so that's 160. And what I see at 180 is what we needed? Am I mistaken? Or are these machines not set up correctly? It was 15 per blender, right? And there's 12 blenders? One of these needs to be overclocked, or both of these need to be slightly overclocked. I don't know how this belt was backed up. Probably because those machines were turned off, yeah? Power shard. Let's make this one do 80. Nah, we'll just have this one do 90. Right? No, they both need to be 90. Right? 15 times 12 is 180. So if this one is doing 90 and then this one's doing 90, then we should be good. Or we could just have the one do 100, but I'll have both of these do 90. So we need 225 225 water. Where's the water coming from? $225. I'm pretty sure we can be higher on the water and this doesn't matter, but as long as we're at 225 is all that matters. 300, we're good. Okay. Limestone? I think we tapped a pure node. I guess I should check the limestone as well. 135, so we need 270 a minute. Oh, good call. Good call. Okay, this should be correct. What's happening? We had a problem with our uranium power plants. We just updated to the latest version of Satisfactory that was released yesterday or early today, I'm not sure. And all of our nuclear power was backed up on sulfuric acid, which all of our uranium production was backed up on sulfuric acid, which stopped them from running and made all of our nuclear plants run out of fuel. So we're just going through, double checking the numbers, making sure things are working as they should. It seems like these are not backed up anymore. Just going to continue double checking these things for a little bit just to make sure. The thing that we care about is just that there's no output of sulfuric acid stuck in the machine. I think we are good. They added copy paste for generators and extractors, which is awesome. Yeah, you know, I went to go look at the patch notes and I was unable to find them. I didn't look very hard, granted, but I think I just went to the Reddit and looked at the top 5 or 10 posts and didn't see the patch notes there, and I was like, okay, well, and then I got distracted and went live. So the main menu screen of Satisfactory had them. I didn't see it. You're talking about the login screen? I didn't see anything that had the info on the patch notes. Unless they just added them, like right after I went live or something, because it wasn't there before. Oh, I understand, Jesse. I clicked that button where it says, you know, 1.0.1.0 whatever, and it's like read more, and it took me to info about the previous patch. It wasn't the current patch notes when I clicked that button. And that's where I went to the Reddit. That's where it took me, and I looked at like the top 10 or 5 or 10 posts, and it wasn't there. Are these labeled? There's now 2 entrances here. Not labeled. Label. Who knows? Where's the no icon? This one. Good luck on this one. Well, the good news is we have some nuclear power back up and running, but it's going to take a while before these things actually fill back up. Oh, this one's got 50. I guess that was pretty quick for this. Well, this is the one to fill up. This one's got 19. All right. I'm going to undeafen. I think we're... actually, no, I'm going to go check these blenders over here for the uranium processing. I'm going to check these out real quick, then I'll undeafen and see if I can help out Joe and Azuma over there at the time crystal thing. But this is pretty important that we get this up and running here. And they were like chatty. I couldn't hear myself think. Trying to figure out what's going on here. Okay. If Tango wants to join the server, he is absolutely free to. We invited all of the hermits when we first started playing this. Cub joined us on the very first day and then started his own single player as well, so... I think we're good. I think I'm satisfied. I think I'm good. I think everything is going according to plan now. Hopefully things don't back up. We'll have to just keep an eye on this every now and then. So I see Joe and Azuma are this direction. Let's go with who knows. This is a wild ride. Okay, so who knows takes us to here, to Nuclear Lake. Well, now I feel like I should go back to and actually name this sign to Fun Zone. Oh, this is the pipe that takes forever because it goes so uphill here. Oh, we heard you like going super slow. I forgot I'd already taken this pipe once before. I guess I never took it from that direction. Yeah. Fun zone. Good luck on this one. That wasn't fun. Where does this go? Okay. What is even happening with these? I have no idea. Oh, these are by far faster than walking and jetpacking. Without a doubt. Ooh, the lag. Okay, so what no, bad. What I would like to do is kind of figure out where Azuma and Joe are. Oh, wow, they're way up north. Okay, so the coal plant is like here, so I think I take coal up this way. I think that's what this takes us to, right? This takes us to coal. The game does not like me going this fast, apparently. Or maybe the server doesn't. Okay. To Desert Computer Plant is no, Desert Computer Plant is like over here. I'm here, so they are just to my west. This way. Is this what they were just building right here? Oh, this looks new. Wait, I passed them. Are they below me? Okay. So what are we working on, guys? What are we doing?
Hey, Hip. Yeah, so I've got 4 particle accelerators near 4 normal coal nodes. And we're setting this up to be a place that we export diamonds.
Mm-hmm.
Probably via drone port and train. eventually to other places, because we're going to need diamonds as components for anywhere that we're processing photonic energy into dark matter.
Okay.
In order to process that dark matter into dark power crystals or dark crystals or whatever. So this is just one of those things where, yeah, we're down by the kind of motor stator plant fun zone area. If you take the fun zone,
no, I'm here.
tube,
I'm literally here at the particle accelerators.
Oh, welcome. Yeah, I was just working on routing the coal
Oh, I see you over here.
Yeah, I'm on top of the tower here. The reason that this is so high up is because I need to have this at roughly the right elevation for the trains to deliver power crystal, or to deliver diamonds. I'm going to set up a direct, like, point-to-point train line just as an experiment, probably on top of one of these little pillars here to deliver it over to where my nuclear area is to process dark matter.
Okay.
But yeah, if you need diamonds anywhere else, this is going to be producing a ton of them, so we can drone port you them anywhere you need.
Sweet.
So yeah, that's the rough plan for this. Let's see, because yeah, since with the 4 coal sources, this is going to let us produce 120 diamonds per minute, which is pretty decent.
Yeah, I don't know how fast we need diamonds. I've never done diamonds before. This is all brand new territory for me, so.
Oh, yeah, I don't actually know either, but let's see. If I go to the codex here, diamonds. So yeah, dark matter crystals are made with them, and so yeah, these are the dark matter crystals are used in the superposition oscillator, which is that crazy square thing that we don't have yet.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is definitely advancing us toward those. So it looks like it uses 30 diamonds per minute to make 5 superposition oscillators per minute, along with all-clad, photonic energy, and crystal oscillators, which right now we are also generating a surplus of crystal oscillators at the heavy modular frames plant, so I can run those over here with a drone as well, or run those wherever. Although if you wanted to set up a crystal oscillator plant somewhere else and we just send these dark matter crystals to you, that's an option. I'm not, I haven't really thought this far ahead. I just knew in general these were a good thing to start making.
Right.
Because we also if we needed to produce a ton of time crystals for some reason, because those are used in the Mark 6 belts and things like that, we could feed those diamonds into a time crystal maker too.
So our current goal is to get 100 of these, whatever those things are.
Yeah, superposition oscillators. Which we can just call them revolver ocelots if that's easier.
Could do that. Yeah. Excited photonic matter. How exciting.
Yeah, I was actually super hyped to learn that there's no ingredients to make that. That is the only thing in the game that does not require ingredients.
What the heck? So how do you make it?
You turn on an empty converter.
Interesting.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what? I was looking at the wiki and I was like, this diagram doesn't make any sense. This doesn't have any ingredients. And then I went in to the game and I was like, oh, it's just in there as the converter, I guess, converts air into that, which it can just, pull in itself. It doesn't need a
of course
belt or something.
All these new names, all these machines, like this is where like my eyes start glazing over. I'm glad you're excited to like get these things going though.
Yeah, happily. And like I said, I'm excited to just get it. Like this is cool stuff. I'm having fun.
that's the important thing.
This is all emotion and no grammar. I'm like, I started that sentence and I was like, I don't have an end to this sentence. I'm just so hype.
Yep.
I've been muted, by the way.
Oh, sorry, X. I wasn't sure if you were just concentrating. Sorry.
No, I went from the computer for a minute, and then when I came back, I forgot to unmute.
Oh.
Well, welcome back. I hope we haven't said anything too rude over you. Were you trying to talk about anything we should be aware of?
No, I was just listening. Then I noticed I was muted.
Fair enough.
So is there anything I can help you with, Joe, at the moment?
I don't know. If you wanted to look at like the stuff that we need the dark matter crystals for, or any of that stuff, and like maybe I pick a place that I can start delivering you these diamonds to. Like if you're going to be doing anything that generates that dark matter residue.
Well, I think what I'm getting at is like, where are we making the superposition oscillators? Because I think that's the thing that we need to do. So I don't know. Are you working on that right now, or?
No, I'm working toward that, but I have no predispositions about where to build the superposition oscillator plant or anything like that. So let's see, what are the ingredients for that again? You need oscillating, like the normal oscillators, crystal oscillators, which we could technically deliver those anywhere via drone from modular frames. If you wanted to build it somewhere near modular frames, then we could send it via conveyor or something too.
So what's being made of modular frames? The crystal oscillators? Is that what you said?
Crystal oscillators is yeah.
And you're making dark matter crystal.
Yeah, well, the thing is that anything that uses the quantum encoder is going to create dark matter residue as like a byproduct, and dark matter crystals are like the way to like lock that up in something that's easier to move around, you know? So if you look at the dark matter residue, you'll see there's like a whole bunch of stuff that produces that.
Right.
Creating the oscillators, creating the neural quantum processors. We don't even have a real neural quantum processor plant right now. I just have one machine that it's slowly churning through surplus materials. So maybe building a neural quantum processor / superposition oscillator factory should be the next group goal. And if you wanted to figure out where that would go and what that would look like, I'd be happy to let you do that. I don't have any designs on that yet, really.
All right, I'm gonna start looking at the superposition oscillator stuff and figure this out, because I have no idea where this is gonna go.
Yeah. Well, and if there's particular stuff with it that you want help with, I'm happy to. I just wanted to get this at least hooked up and running before I wander off, because I've still got one more coal line to pipe in.
I almost wonder, you were saying we should do this over by the heavy modular frame area. I almost wonder if we should do this over by the aluminum factory, since it requires alclad aluminum sheet.
That's actually probably a good call, because the alclad aluminum sheets, it probably burns through faster, and we want to have like whatever the lightest things are, or the densest things, go through the drone port.
Yeah, it's only one of the crystal things, and it's 9 of the alclad, but 6 of the dark matter, so I don't know.
Well, the thing is, though, if we're creating the neural quantum things there as well, the neural quantum things creates dark matter residue as a byproduct. So that's why I was saying we probably want to have one factory that produces both of those, and then we can pipe the dark matter residue into the diamond processor to make the dark matter crystals.
Okay.
But yeah, those quantum encoding machines have a huge footprint as well. So the nice thing about doing it by aluminum is we do have a lot of space over there. So maybe halfway between aluminum and petroleum.
Well, I'm going to go into the calculator and figure out what we need to make this all work, so...
Okay. Well, and let me know if there's anything I can do to help. I'm just kind of leaving it open-ended because I don't have enough information to be opinionated, really.
Sure. Okay. All right, Chad. So we're trying to make superposition oscillators. I have no idea. Output, add item, superposition oscillator. So this should like tell me what I need. So one superposition oscillator is one quantum encoder. But like, what are the inputs here? Like, I don't know how fast we can do it. I don't know what we have available. I guess we're probably going to be limited by the owl-clad aluminum sheet, but I don't know like how much. Can I say we have owl-clad aluminum sheet? If I just say we have that as an input, does that like, okay, so that gets rid of this, whatever that was. I don't really know how this works. What is this? There's a star here. What if I get rid of this? Dark matter, owl-clad aluminum. So this is owl-clad aluminum stuff. Okay, I'm gonna have that as an input. But this still says, oh, because I don't have enough. So I guess I need 9 or I need 8. Well, I just said 8. 1 unit, 9. Okay, so that changes this graph. What else do we need here? Coal, that's fine. But this still says we need owl-clad aluminum sheet, so I can go 18. Oh, I understand. This, oh, okay. Never mind. We switch this back to 9. We only needed 9. Reinforced iron plate. What are we making with that? Crystal oscillator. So I guess crystal oscillator is an input? Okay, so what else do we need here? Reanimated Sam. We can say man, I don't know if we can say that reanimated Sam is an input. Excited photonic matter. So this doesn't seem like it's that complicated, right? So we need reanimated Sam going into a converter to make dark matter residue. We need diamonds, which I guess we can say is an input that Joe is working on right now. How many diamonds do we need? Looks like a total of 6.
Joel Duggan raided my stream with 11 viewers.
Joel, hey, thanks for the raid, dude. Superposition oscillator. Wait a second. We're trying to make a superposition oscillator. I'm so confused. Dark matter residue, dark matter residue. If I want to make this, why is this like the middle? I'm confused. Reanimated Sam. We had diamonds going over to there. This is putting dark matter crystal in. So really, I mean, when we break it down to this isn't that awful, right? That's not that complicated. For the output, the graph makes more sense. The graph. Where's the graph? I don't understand what you're telling me. You talking the tree list? You talking items, buildings? What's the... Oh, the network graph. This is what I'm already on, right? The graph makes more sense if you put the minimum default quantity per minute the machine makes. Why doesn't it just do this already? I'm not confused by like the default quantities. All I care about is like how many machines we need and what things are looking like what types of machines we need. So like this doesn't really matter to me. Diamonds, Joe's working on. We have aluminum. We have crystal oscillator. So what we do need to worry about is excited photonic, dark matter residue, and this particle accelerator. Like, what is a quantum encoder? Like, I don't know. Can we make such things as that? It says we can. That's a machine. Holy. Look how big this thing is. I just want to slap it down so I can see like what am I looking at here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? A little over 6 by 3? Jeez. All right. Where's our aluminum plant? Aluminum's right there. So I guess we could set this up. Yo, I don't know. We need alclad aluminum sheets. I don't know how fast we're making that. I guess we should go visit the aluminum plant real quick.
Helen lol2 raided my stream with 6 viewers.
Helen, hey, thanks for the raid. Welcome. Yo, the game's chugging. What's with my... Where'd my FPS go? Got my FPS back. I got 27 FPS. What the heck? Must be all this glass and stuff is like loading in. What's with my FPS? Yeah, that's because we've been doing a little bit of building here in Satisfactory. We're looking at too many things, I think. There's too many glass foundations. Okay, FPS is getting better. But this area, whew, yeah, the stuff that we did over here is really tanking the FPS. How's my day? My day is going pretty good. We're trying to get into making time crystals, one of the final-ish items. It's the final item we need for the current milestone that we're on. And I don't, like, we set up aluminum, like, over a month ago. Maybe longer now. I don't remember, like, how much of whatever we're making here. Like, these are the aluminum scrap. Where's our alclad aluminum coming from? This is all scrap. It's gotta be further this way. Ingots. Hello? All right, there's our alclad. So that's coming from up here? Ooh. I honestly don't know. Are all of these making it? 30 per minute. Are all of these making that? Ooh, okay, we got alclad aluminum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18 of these times 30. I think we're good. This is cool looking. If you haven't seen this build, this whole area was like quite the project to work on. Let me take you out to the front here. This place is big. So this is our aluminum factory. Complete with billboards and everything. But we were doing something a little different here. Those light poles look weird as I was walking. We were building using blueprints. So like we were making these walls as kind of like replaceable, placeable block things, right? So slight little variations, changing up the wall patterns, and then we're replacing those blueprints. And we ended up making something that looks quite good. Maybe not the best thing ever, but it is definitely one of the better builds, if not the best build that we've done here on this Satisfactory world. Although we never finished it, I don't think. We still got like floaty bits and whatever else. But we spent a bunch of time like over here trying to mess with the blueprints and figure out how we could build in a different way. The interior, like this is where all the FPS I think is going, is like all of these foundations and the shiny reflections and all this kind of stuff. I don't remember like what's over on this side. The boring wall is what this is. What is going on with that belt? That doesn't look right. Both of those belts don't look right. What the heck? Who did that? Then we enclose like this as a separate process. I don't even remember what we're making over here. It looks like, oh, this is the copper that's going in there. Okay. This is on the other side of the street from the aluminum. Oh no, this is in front. What's over here then? I know there's something else over here. No, I guess that was part of the copper. I guess that goes underneath the street. I didn't realize that. But yeah, anyway, so we came over here to check out how much alclad aluminum we're making. We're making so much of it, like way more than what I think we're gonna need, so that was the big question. Anyways, it was nice being here. Unfortunately, gotta go. Have a great stream. Good night. All right, we'll catch you later. Have a great sleep. Thanks for the raid. Man, it would make sense to build over in this general area, but at the same time, I don't want to crowd out this build because we're technically not done with this. I don't know how far we were going, and I don't want to like decrease our FPS more by like putting more stuff out here. We need to find a build site for this. This looks like a Joe build. Like, who does pipes like this? And what is he doing here? Like, what? I don't understand. We are making Caterium that's backed up, doing nothing, going into storage. Cool. Oh, I think that moved. I think we used one Caterium. Yeah, pipes seem to have like two different ways of building them. You have like the nice, neat way of doing it, like how I do it, and then you got the Joe way. There seems to be an issue with the Owlclad output. It's somewhat backing up, it seems. Maybe the belts can't keep up. Let's go. Okay. I thought the Owlclad was backing up on the output. Like our storage was full, but I can go back there and double check it. You think that describes the two building ways in general in this game? Yeah, I don't know. Even on my first playthrough of this, like, I learned how to do things, like, pretty quickly and what not to do and what looks good. And I changed my building style to accommodate what looks good. Other people don't. But that's fine. There's more than one way to play a game.
Benetched 443 just resubscribed for 31 months. 31. You are a great streamer. Keep up the great job. Also give Max a pet for me.
I definitely will. Thank you, Bennett, for the 31 months of support. Okay, so the Owlclad was over here somewhere. I think, unless it was on the other side. Is this the Owlclad? Yeah, so we are backed up. So we aren't using what we're making here. We were making all of it. So we should have a backed up Owlclad storage here. This is what's going on. It's just because we're not using it. Oh, that's weird. We can see like so far away that somebody's building over there. I have no idea where to place this thing. I guess with drone ports, we can place it literally anywhere. I tell you guys what, I want to go back and double check on the uranium one more time. I want to make sure that is squared away. I think it should be good. We double checked all the numbers, but even though like everything was like, I didn't change anything, I feel like we should double check that. I don't think we're actually going to work on this particle accelerator, not particle accelerator, the time crystal thing today. We don't really got enough time. Like that needs to be something we start at the beginning of the stream. But yeah, let's head back over to the nuclear area. Just give that another once over. We need to make sure that our power is running. We're not just going to run out of power. You can open the map and you can see exactly what the world is, but you can't see what you've built there and what somebody else has built. All right, let's take a look at these blenders, make sure everything looks right again. I mean, okay, so the uranium is backed up once again. This has got me concerned. Or maybe I never like fixed the other side. No, this side is backed up as well. I don't understand how that can happen if we essentially cleared out the belt and these are consuming exactly what we're producing here. I don't understand. Well, the important thing is that we're not backed up on sulfuric acid, right? That's the important thing. We're also backed up on concrete. This we had flowing free. Well, I guess it's technically flowing freely. We're backed up on one side with the concrete. Yeah, I have no idea. Like, I set these machines... I set up this whole process so we're making exactly what we're using, and then like things are backing up, signaling that we are using less than what we're producing. I don't understand why. No, the problem is we can't overclock. If we overclock, then we are going to be using more sulfuric acid than what we're producing, I think. Like, if you overclock that, then I gotta like change what... There's so many little parts that you gotta tweak if you overclock one part of this setup. 2 or 3 blenders weren't 100%. Let me go back and look then. That I didn't see. I was looking at the outputs. Let me take a look again. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. This side. 70. That might be because of the sulfuric acid. What are we idle for? Didn't it have more than 8? It needs 8 for the recipe. We're at 12.7. So this why is this idle? Does it consume it after the recipe is done? What? shouldn't it consume the ingredients like when it starts the blending process? Not once the recipe completes? I mean, I guess it doesn't technically matter, but that seems weird. This one's at 70% as well. 100. 100. 100. 100. So the only way to solve that, I think, is to get more sulfuric acid into this loop, yeah? Or is putting those valves back the answer? So, like, the output has to go back into the main input. I don't understand what these things are doing. Why is it like consuming after the construction is complete? I feel like that's a bug, but I don't know. So we need to have 16 buckets in here, or 16 meters cubed. The other thing that we could do, I suppose, is like turn these off for like, if I turn these two off for just a little bit, we're producing the extra 80 per minute that these consume per minute. So that should be backfilling this pipe. The headaches. Like a Minecraft furnace consumes after the progress is done? I mean, I guess. It doesn't really make sense if we're blending items and it like does this animation and then like the inputs go away after that process is done. If I turn these back on, so we have double what we need for this one. So if we're at 16 before that construction completes, then this should just be 100% from now on. And this one, maybe that's all we needed to do, is just turn them off so they stop consuming for a few recipes and just let some extra fluid build up. It seems like these are working correctly now. We just had too little extra sulfuric acid in the pipe. Nope. Check the refineries, perhaps? I mean, the other thing I could do is turn those blenders off and leave them off for like 3-4 minutes or something like that, and then we should have for sure the extra in the pipe. But I don't want to leave them off for too long and like have that same problem where those pipes just get really overfull and then like they can't process anything. Yeah, they're not getting enough stuff. And it might be that the sulfuric acid is just kind of sloshing around the pipes, and that's kind of why I had those valves on there to begin with, to make sure the output of those machines could only go to the input, and that the input should always be full. That was like originally the whole idea behind that. I might put those valves back on, and maybe that's the missing link now. I took them off thinking that there was going to be a problem, but maybe there isn't. Why is this backing up? Are we dealing with fluid sloshing again? I'm confused. Well, I did put these valves on these machines as well, so maybe we're dealing with the same sort of an issue. If I do this pipe segment, this should empty out. But I kind of need to make sure all of these are emptied out. We really shouldn't have any backlog, and this is the problem here. Well, I guess I shouldn't say this is the problem. This is a problem. Okay, so let's take a look here. So these should be making 50 each. And the last two, I think we have 75. So that's 200. 250. Plus 75. Plus 70. Plus, wait. 125? So that's 200. So we're making 450? I think that's right, actually. So we got 450 minus 360 should be 90 for the other one. Yeah, that's the correct amount that we're making here. And then all that stuff comes to these. We're limiting to 360 this way. We're limiting to 90 this way. Yeah. I don't think this pipe actually worked, did it? Like that just took me over to the entrance and kind of spat me out over here. A lot of these hypertubes we're adding in, and it just feels like they're completely pointless. I don't understand. Like, who's gonna use that hypertube? This one's good. But I can never remember, since one of them takes you to the hub and one of them takes you to the uranium in here, I can never remember which one to take, so I just haven't been taking either. It was these two I think we were having the problem with. Yeah, we're down to 75 again. Okay, I'm gonna... Where's the output? This is the input since we have these coming in here. I'm gonna put the valves on these machines again one more time. Oops.
I found a blue power slug.
Oh, cool.
Do we still need them?
Yeah, we'll need them eventually. Just shove them in the dimensional depot through your inventory, and we can process those later.
Cool. I found like a cave entrance. I don't know where it goes.
Yeah, I saw that too. I think there's some good quartz and stuff down there, which might be worth processing later at some point.
I got a bit distracted. I was looking at a Satisfactory mods.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some really interesting stuff, like architectural mods and whatnot. But one that interested me was like a large-scale shape builder where you could define like a rectangle or a circular shape, and it would put like roofs and walls together for you, so you could just kind of quickly throw together a factory.
Oh, that's cool.
I like these frames here.
Oh yeah, are you near the trains? Yeah. I'm using those to kind of lay the tracks out roughly. Because I wanted to
throw down a few more, or?
Not right now. Well, I mean, you can if you want. Yeah, go for it. Oh, I see what you're doing. That's actually perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of laid down a really good concept here that the rails look decent on top of.
Yeah, the big thing is that apparently the trains use a lot of energy if they go up or downhill, and this is just a practice track. I mean, I am actually going to use this to deliver diamonds from over there to over here, but like it's short enough distance. I could have used a conveyor.
Just name them. Just name
I wanted
what.
to, like, just set up a super basic, dummy train track where it's like, okay, this creates a loop and it's got a pickup point with the diamonds, and it drops them off over here to make the dark matter crystals. So, yep, that's what I'm working on right now.
The hypertubes, they do have names on them.
Over here.
The problem is, like, these are new ones that were just added, and
these
I don't know.
A second ago, they would let me place them fine. Then they just started being super awkward.
Yeah, they're weird.
So it seems like we're getting the sulfuric acid over here now.
It's all getting connected.
Yeah, you can
Maybe
see
the valves were the
aluminum
answer.
plant. So, like, if Hypno did end up wanting to use the diamonds at the aluminum plant there, we could extend this train line all the way out to there.
Nice. That would be cool.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's a good starting spot for it.
Yeah, maybe
I'm gonna put down a half foundation.
Those
here,
valves are the
actually
answer.
Slightly offset these frames, in order to make the track center. So that means for the station to work, I need to get that back on track here.
Wait, this isn't... Oh, no, this is... Okay, I'm getting my bearings. These nuclear plants threw me off. We've got loads of these things.
Yeah, this is where we are generating the energy for the drones while we get the good nuclear plant going. This is the, like, experimental, just get some power in the grid so it doesn't die plant. And my plan is to rip this all down and replace it, once the other one is 100% stable, which, as we learned earlier, like, the other one is not yet, because we're still dealing with, like, that sulfur problem and stuff like that.
I'm gonna head over to the one that we worked on, that we talked about earlier.
Yeah, go for it. I'm just over here getting this train stuff done, but yeah. Once we've got the full loop in, if you want to decorate the stations, I'm happy to have you do it. But right now, I just don't know how much space I'm going to need and stuff like that, so I couldn't really give you good directions.
I would say yes, but on Monday we're gonna possibly be distracted with the Christmas stuff. Like,
Oh,
I don't
that's
know where
true.
that's gonna take us. So.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point. Like, I mean, this is just something. Yeah, this is no rush on that.
Yeah, I've just come back to this one, and I think this is one of our better factories, even though we've only partially started it. It's super cool. Super cool. I'm gonna bounce now though. It's getting late.
Alrighty, catch you later, X.
Gonna watch a Deep Space Nine episode before I go to bed.
Ooh, do you know which one yet? I love Deep Space Nine.
Whatever is the next one, I'm watching it again for the second time.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah, it's a great series. Very rewatchable.
All right, we'll see you later,
I
X.
actually think it's my favorite Star Trek.
What?
It's my favorite.
Not TNG? Get out of here.
I mean,
I love
TNG is incredible, but it kinda has some shortcomings here and there. I don't know. It's a little bit like air quotes dated, whereas I think
wow,
Space Nine is just goes to another level.
Okay.
Deep Space Nine is more relevant than ever.
I mean, I'm saying Deep Space Nine is a 10 and TNG is also a 10.
That's not what you're saying.
This one.
It's a dated 10 is what you're saying.
I mean, TNG has some cracking episodes, right? Mostly my favorites revolve around Data.
Yes.
Is that episode called A Measure of a Man, where they like go over his sentience, and it just so many thought-provoking questions. It's such an amazing show.
No, I love Next Generation too, but yeah, Deep Space Nine just squeaks a little past it for me. Sorry, Hip.
Same here.
I don't think I can be friends with either of you anymore. Wow.
Well, I'm gonna go play with my trains.
Cool. Right, I'll see you guys on Monday, yeah?
Yeah, sounds good. See you,
guys.
dude.
Bye.
Yep, bye-bye. Yeah, sorry, chat. Wasn't really trying to like make this be a let's just look at the same machines over and over and over stream, but here we are. Trying to make sure like all this, I guess these weren't the problem. It was them getting fuel. So these I don't need to look at. I do want to go check out the processing plant one more time, the uranium processing or the waste processing, and make sure this is still operational. You are all talking nonsense, by the way. Voyager is the best Star Trek. Somebody ban him, please. Let's see here. This is backed up again. I don't understand. Okay. I need to understand. I don't understand, but I need to go use the restroom before I can understand because like I can't concentrate. I'm just gonna go stand someplace where I'm not getting irradiated, hopefully. And then I'll be right back. Give me like a minute or two. BRB.
Okay, so that train line is super short. I did not realize how short that was going to be, Hypno. Okay, so yeah, wow. That would have been a long way to like send a conveyor, but it's a very short way for a train apparently.
I'm sorry, were you just saying something? Joe, were you just saying something?
Yeah. I was just blowing the train whistle because I just drove a train for the first time.
Oh, sweet, dude.
Yeah, so I set up a very short track just to test, like, okay, let's move some of these diamonds to one of the places the diamond's going to need to go. I've got a drone port and a splitter that goes to a train station, and let's figure out how that goes. And I did not realize how fast the trains moved. They are, like, hypertube fast. Because, yeah, I was like, oh, yeah, if this was a conveyor, it would feel really far. But, like, I start the train, I go to start blowing my whistle, and I've arrived at the next station. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So yeah, for doing long distance, large transportation stuff, this is definitely going to be the way to go. I'm still figuring out like how to automate it and how it all works and whatnot, but yeah, it's a promising start.
Sure, sure. Okay, we need to figure this out, chat. We are getting 15 per minute from these. So that is 15, 30, 60, 75, yeah? 15 per minute on each of these. So we're getting 75 water here. Let me write that down so I don't forget. 75. What is this even? What are these machines making? 75 from non-fissile fissile uranium. Okay. And then these are consuming 30 per minute, assuming that these are not overclocked. So 1, 2, 3. So we need 90. 90 consumed. Okay. So that means we only need 15 water coming in here. Is that what we have this set up for? Is for 15 water? I do also realize that the other pipes are backed up, and that might be why this water is backing up, because we're not using the other stuff. But let me just double check these inputs and make sure this water isn't the issue. So we have a, oh, this is at 30. Is that the problem the whole time? I'm gonna double check these numbers. I know I just went through them, but I want to make sure. I'm gonna double check it. I'm gonna look at each of these machines, make sure we don't have any overclocks or anything else. 15. 30. 60. 90. Okay, so we have 90 water coming in here. 30. 60. 90. Wait, did I didn't say 90, did I? There's no way. 15, 30, 30, 60, and then one more. Yeah, 75. Okay. So we only need 15 input. So I need to clear out the whole pipe network. Flush. Now we should be at an equilibrium. Did that flush this as well? Okay, so the nitric acid is not being used. Why is the nitric acid not being used? Was it because it's because these machines are turned off, yeah? So I feel like I should flush this full pipe network too. Now, the other concern that I have is, should I put the valves on this stuff here? It's water. We're running out of water. We're running out of water. Oh, we just got some back. Yep, I think we have to put the valves on. This machine turned off. That's not good. Okay, let's take a look what we got here. Water coming in. Water go here. I keep pressing that stupid button. I hate it so much. Valve. So we want valve this way. And then, before I do anything else, these are the outputs. So that's the water out. Okay, we put valves on these guys. Nope, this one. Now, does that solve the issue? If we're making the correct amount of water, why are we not receiving that water here? I don't understand. Like, where is the water? Where is it? Just sloshing around that little bit of pipe? Like, that pipe isn't that long. Is it flowing into one of these other machines? This is completely out of water. This one, all of these are out of water. Where did the water go? This machine's idle because we don't have nitric acid. I am so confused right now. I think I need to just get some extra water into the system. So we know this needs to be set to 15. Let's just let her rip. How much is this making? This is making 120. We're just gonna let her rip. And then I bring it back down to 15. I don't know like how much that puts into the system. Obviously more than what we had. Could you set 2 separate water limiters for the 2 different setups instead of the one at the main bump? I don't understand. Okay, we got water here, water here, water not here. True, we can just pause these. Actually, is that what I want to do? No. I think I want these left on. If I pause them, then their inputs don't fill. I want to leave these on. I want to turn all of these off. I think is what I want to do. I want the blenders to completely fill up. Then we'll fill up the nitric acid. All of that should be output limited. And then we come back after all that stuff is full. Set the water back to the recommended amount over here, the 15. Turn on the other machines, which should consume that nitric acid and allow the other machines to continue working again. Right? Sure. We're just going to fill this up all the way. And if there turns out to be too much water in the system, then I will just remove some water from a pipe segment. Yeah, maybe this is a case where like a fluid buffer would make sense. We just need this flow rate to stop. Just let everything fill completely. Oh, but you know what? This might not stop for a while because those machines probably need to finish making all the nitric acid they can. You can delete water from the machines but dragging it to the bin? Wait, what? You can do that? Where's the bin? I don't see a trash can. Oh, it's down here. I didn't know you could do this. Huh. Look at that. I had no idea you could do that. Can you split the water? Interesting. It'd be cool if you could like split the water and only throw half of it away instead of all of it. Dude, this water, the water line is set to full open. Okay, it looks like the nitric acid output must be full. How are these other machines doing? Okay, I kind of feel like we should be at a stage right now where I can turn this back down. I know I said we were going to do something else, but I think we can turn the water off or bring it down to 15 like it's supposed to be and then turn the other machines on and we should be okay. Otherwise, I think we're just going to have to like get some fluid buffers involved here. So we have a little bit of extra room. Let's bring this down to 15. All right, and turn these guys back on. I was just noticing that button made a sound when I moused over it. So now the question is, are we going to run out of water again? There should be plenty of water primed in this system. And then with these machines doing stuff, we should be outputting more water, which will continue to add into this system. That one's completely full on water. This one's half. So we only have 3 water inputs and then a whole bunch of water being recycled and returned into the same line. $40. Wait, wasn't this water completely full just a little bit ago? $24, $27, $30. Is this going to get any water? Or is it going to turn off? Like, what's going on? I got a little bit. Is there a fluid pump on that line? There is. Okay, now we're getting some water. Man, that took a while. And then, like, it gained a whole bunch. What the heck? This one's full now. They're all full now. Man, I don't like how low this drops and the water seemingly goes nowhere. And then all of a sudden it just reappears. I don't like that. You think it's that the blenders that make it have a long cycle? Well, I mean, as long as these things are not running out, that's the important thing, right? And it seems like we're good now. Like, these things are staying relatively full. That one's completely full, 45. This one's completely full. I hate to say it, but I think we're good. I mean, obviously time will tell. Like, I would have to wait and check back on it in like an hour of running and verify. But it feels like we might be good now. I want to go back and check on the blenders one last time, because that's what we're doing on this stream, is just running back and forth to the same machines and just making sure they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. Ow. That was glass. That was my face. Yeah. This is not 100%. This one's not 100%. Yep, we got more work to do, unfortunately. At least this time it's not the same machines, because I think it was these two before that weren't 100%. Now it's like those two that aren't, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Or was it these two at this end? Is it the same issue? We just need a tiny bit more acid into the system? I think so. I think it might be. Maybe we should just go like bump these up a little bit. I can take this hypertube back, I think. Was this the one that I took? They got here? All right, so how do I do this? We're letting 90 through over here. I need this one. Shoot, I don't know. Like, how much can I overclock these? Is this fully overclocked? This is. And this is producing 125, and normally we are producing 50? So if I do... I'm just gonna bump it up to 200 more. So we'll go to 5. We can't do 560 because we're gonna reach the limitation. What's 600 minus 90? That's 510. I hate this. Maybe what I should do, instead of like trying to mess with this stuff, is just turn off the blenders for a little bit and let the sulfuric acid fill up in the pipe over here. Maybe that's what I need to do. I was thinking we would just like crank it up, add some more volume to this pipe. But if we just turn off the blenders for like a couple of minutes, then like the sulfuric acid will build up in that pipe. It'll be kind of the same thing, and then we don't have to change those settings. This is very annoying. I'm not a fan of using nuclear in this game. I don't feel like this kind of stuff should be this complicated. And then it just seemingly breaks. We're just gonna turn this off for like a minute or two. With items, you don't have such brittleness. Exactly. The fluid dynamics in this game just don't seem to work very well. Fluids are complicated in the real world too, so more realism. I don't know how long to wait here. Am I being impatient by turning it on now? I don't know, maybe. It's given it time to like add more fluid to the system. Hypno impatient? Never. I'm not that impatient. In fact, I'm offended that you would say that. I'm actually very patient when it comes to things. When it comes to things just not working though, like when I put a lot of time figuring out the math and doing the numbers and making the pipes perfect, then I get impatient when things don't work. But generally speaking, I would say I'm a very patient person. It seems like all of these are full of sulfuric acid now. Like there's no problem. And like we aren't running into a problem either with the sulfuric acid output being too full, which it shouldn't be. I think we're good now. I mean, all of these are filling back up. Let's just continue to look real quick and make sure some of these aren't like just running low. But it seems like these are all just filling up now. And then they immediately fill back up again, which is fantastic to see. All right, I think I'm gonna call it here. I'm not gonna mess with these, but I am actually gonna call it as far as like the live stream as well. Okay, we're not being radiated right here. Yep, that's gonna do it. Guys, thanks so much for hanging out today. Sorry, it was kind of an uneventful stream. We just kind of like fixed our power situation and then babysat it, made sure things was working and all this kind of stuff. Joe, I'm gonna get out of here for the day.
Alrighty, catch you later, Hip.
Thanks
for hanging out.
Yeah, we'll see you later. Man, almost 3 hours on this game doing nothing. Fun. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, everybody. We'll see you on the next stream. The next Satisfactory stream will be on Monday. I might be live a little bit later today for some modded Minecraft. I don't know. I know Jasassin won't be here. At least he said he wouldn't be. So that's kind of up in the air. Not for sure if I will or will not. But anyway, that's it. Have a great rest of your day. We'll catch you on the next one. Take care.